What's going on, everybody? Okay. Happy Monday. It's Monday. It is Monday. All right. I got the AC going. We're doing a little remodeling here around the shop. Just getting things right, just putting things on the wall. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? Why don't I record this? Why don't I record and show the people a little bit of what I do here at the shop when I don't have any clients, For the longest time, I just like moving things around, After a while, things get a little stagnant, things get a little still, You got to switch up the vibe. You got to switch everything out. And you got to make space, You got to make space for new things, new beginnings. And that's what I'm doing right now is I'm making space for the new. I'm making space for the what is to come. A lot of great things are to come, We're doing YouTube now. So this will be my second video in the last couple of days. I told myself, I gotta do this YouTube thing, man. I gotta do it. YouTube is where it's at, long form content is where it's at. And Instagram was cool, but it's a lot of brain rot. And YouTube could also be a lot of brain rot, but I feel like there's an appetite for longer videos, more in-depth videos, more videos of people wanting to hear other people talk about life. And I want to share my point of view with y'all about life and what I think about life and just life in general, Life is so fragile. Life is fragile. I need to put this up real quick. I need to get up here and so I've moved the clock around. I put the clock back over here. It was over there at the end of the room. Kind of put it back over here so I could see the time. We're just putting new batteries in. I'm gonna show you this clock. This clock's actually pretty badass. Look, the little gears in the middle, they move. I'm gonna show you real quick. Y'all can see the gears right there, they move. Put a little closer. Boom, okay, stop playing with me. But anyways, I want to clean this area right here because it's been seems a little too messy here, You gotta clean it out, Lately, me and my wife have been on this minimal journey of just less is more, Less is more, and just the less you have, the more peace you feel. And, with everything being the way it is, with the state of the economy, everyone's mental health going to the shithole, you want to create peace in your life, and the way you create peace in your life is by getting rid of things that no longer serve any purpose in your life. You gotta discard things. You gotta get rid of things, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. Is just cleaning up this little contraption that I had over here with a bunch of books that weren't even getting touched. Just there for display. So I said, you know what? Let's get rid of them. Not get rid of them, but like put them away. And let's make space. Let's make space for the new. Let's make space what it is to come. And a lot of great things are to come, okay? Believe that, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of great things are to come. They are coming. But you have to make space for it. That's why it can't come. Because you don't make space for it. That's exactly what I'm doing is I'm making space for the new here at the shop. And making my comeback also back on social media, because I did take a little bit of time off of social media. The gram consumes you. Social media consumes you. A lot of stuff just consumes you. And it's bad for the health. It's bad for the brain. And, you just don't want to sit there and just not do anything. You don't want to sit there and just scroll your life away. No, sir, we can't do that. We can't not afford that, especially in today's day and age. We can't afford just being still. We have to keep pushing. We have to keep thriving. We have to keep knocking. We have to keep knocking until the doors open. And once the doors open, you got to teach other people how to open the doors, right? You got to teach people how to get on game. You got to teach people how to be more, do more. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly believe that's the purpose of life, is to help people with whatever it is, right? And that's why barbering is so special to me. I had to start seeing barbering in a different point of view, because if you don't see barbering in a different point of view, what happens is it becomes another job. It becomes another, like, oh, I gotta go cut hair. Like, oh, I don't wanna cut hair. Like, oh, I gotta go do this. And I'm telling you this from personal experience, okay? Because I've been there. I've been doing this for 17 years, okay? 17 years coming up. We've been cutting hair for 17 years. Wow, that is crazy, right? So I see this a lot, right? Or at least it happened to me as well, right? You go through the motions, you go through the, oh, I'm booked out, I'm gonna go cut certain people, and you're just cutting the same people day in and day out, and you're not really getting to know them. You're just there to cut their hair, take their money, and so forth, right? And I've been in that vicious cycle for a lot of my career, you know, until COVID happened, and COVID made me realize, like, damn, I miss cutting hair. So I stopped cutting hair because of COVID, right? But prior to COVID, I was just dreading cutting hair. I was tired of cutting hair. I was just like, oh, I gotta go to the shop and cut people's hair. Like, oh, I gotta go here, right? And it wasn't until COVID happened that I stopped cutting hair for a long period of time, almost a year and some change. I stopped cutting hair. But what I realized was how much I actually miss cutting hair. So I told myself, if I'm gonna come back to cutting hair, I wanna do it, but in a way where I don't get burnt out. I don't lose the passion that I had for cutting hair. But if I was being honest with myself, the passion for cutting hair, I lost it. It was gone, right? You get to the point where you kind of get over cutting hair. So, but I still wanted that feeling of having that interaction and just being with clients and having great conversations, right? So I told myself, if I'm gonna come back to cutting hair, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it in a different way where I don't just see cutting hair as cutting hair. I see it in a way where you could connect with your client at a level where you're helping the client out with their personal life, their personal issues, their personal situations, right? And that's what I truly found got me going, got me excited about cutting hair again, was finding that purpose and knowing that when I cut someone's hair, I'm taking the time to know the person, I'm taking the time to understand the person, I'm taking the time to see what I can learn from the person, right? Because we could all learn from each other. And this is why a lot of people, I truly believe, don't last in the barber industry, because they see the money, they see the quick cash, they see the glamorous lifestyle that some of these barbers are living. So they think barbering is gonna be that, and barbering is gonna be great. I'm my own boss, I get to do whatever I want. But it's really not that, right? The true essence of barbering is community. It's community. It's what can you do and what can you build within your establishment that improves the client, that improves the person, the customer that's walking in through these doors, not just with the haircut, but with the experience, the conversation, right? And this is truly why I believe my wife couldn't have came up with a better name than she did for the barbershop, which is Benevolent Barbers, right? Benevolent Barbers is very special to me, very special. And, you know, I may not have a shop how I want it to be or where I want it to be at, but one thing I could tell you is that does not discourage me from showing up. That does not put me in a oh shit, I just broke the hanger. But that it doesn't put me in a place where I feel like, oh man, this is not working out. Like I don't second guess this. I don't, for the simple fact that I know it's just not my time yet, right? Whatever it is that I'm going through right now with the business or in life, right? You have to see it in a very, very positive way, because you have to understand, right? The reason why you're going through whatever it is that you're going through is because it's getting you ready, okay? Hear me out. It's getting you ready for the next chapter in your life that's going to require a different version of you. So life, God, whatever you want to say, it will throw these struggles at you to test you, to see if you have the willpower to succeed through the adversity, to succeed through the hard times. Because if you can't succeed through the adversity or the hard times, then how are you going to get what you're asking for? And a lot of you ask for a lot. A lot of you want a lot, but your efforts don't match, right? Your efforts don't match to what it is that you want. A lot of you want to get in shape, but don't want to put in the work working out. A lot of you guys want to make money, but are not willing to step out of your comfort zones to put yourself in a situation where you could possibly make more money, right? And that's the thing, right? I mean, some of the things that I just shared with y'all, barbering has taught me. Barbering has taught me a lot. It has taught me to no matter what happens, you have to trust yourself and you have to trust the process, right? You have to trust that everything is going to work out in your favor. Even if you can't conceive or believe, like, oh, I don't know if it's really going to work out. Well, why don't you find out and try, right? And that's the thing too. A lot of people don't want to try. A lot of people are scared to try. They don't want to try because they don't want to look dumb. They don't want to try because they don't want to look like a goofy. But like, are you really looking like a goofy, or that's just something that you're thinking about yourself, that you're going to look like a goofy? Almost like you're judging your own self without knowing that, are you even going to look like a goofy if you do it, right? And this is what I'm trying to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to act and you have to move like you already that thing or person, right? If you want to be fit, you have to move like a fit person. You have to go to the gym, you have to watch what you eat, and boom, you're a fit person, right? If you want to act like a millionaire, you got to start doing millionaire things. It's very taboo and it's very self-explanatory and it's very cookie cutter shit that I'm trying to tell you guys. But that cookie cutter shit, like, it's true, it's real, it works, it happens, right? It happens. And what I've learned in the last 31 years of my whole existence is that your environments shape your environment, right? Obviously, right, your environment shapes your environment, but your environment shapes you, what I try to say. Your environment really shapes you. Like, it really shapes you, right? And I'll give you an example. Like, I started going to this new park, and everybody at the park is playing pickleball. They're playing pickleball, right? So I'm constantly going to this park, and I'm surrounded around people that are constantly playing pickleball. And you know what? I want to play pickleball now. And I'm like, whoa, all of a sudden I'm into pickleball, right? Why? Because of my environment, where I'm hanging out at, where I'm going to. People are playing pickleball, so it's subconsciously influencing me to a level where I now want to play pickleball, right? And that's how life works. And this is exactly why I even opened up my own shop too, because I was tired of working at shops where there wasn't no growth. I was tired of working at shops where I felt like I was trapped. I felt like I was stuck. I felt like, okay, like I can't see myself moving past then. I don't see myself growing, basically, right? So I came to the conclusion that I have no other choice but to open up my own shop. And here we are 3 years later with my own shop, you know, and we're slowly growing, slowly, you know, but we're growing. The growth is there, you know, and I don't get discouraged. If anything, I get excited because I know I'm going to look back at these times and I'm going to realize like, wow, look at me. Look at silly old me. Look at silly old me, right? And that's the point of life, is that you have to look back at yourself and you have to be embarrassed at yourself. You have to be embarrassed of the things that you used to watch, you used to consume, you used to actually pay attention to. Because then you're going to realize, right? This is only if you're growing. You're going to look back and realize and feel embarrassed of the person you used to be. And matter of fact, you'll sometimes feel a little bit of empathy towards your past self, right? And that's another sign of growth, is when you look back and you're embarrassed at who you used to be. That's a sign of growth. And ladies and gentlemen, I look back at who I used to be and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Let's just leave it at that. I'm embarrassed. But you see, there's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. And you have to see it that way. Because a lot of you don't see it that way and you guys beat yourselves up hard. You guys beat yourselves up hard because you made a mistake. We're human, goddammit. We're gonna make mistakes. It's life. Don't attach your identity or yourself to a mistake that you made years ago, right? If anything, because of that mistake, you're now here watching this video, right? So everything is correlated. Everything is already like, how do I say it? Like Steve Jobs says, and I always repeat this quote to everybody, right? Steve Jobs says, you could always connect the dots looking backwards and you'll realize everything in the past had led you to this exact point today. And you got to give thanks to that, because if it wasn't for the stupid things or the shit that you used to do in the past, you wouldn't be the person you are today, right? And if you don't like who you are today, just know in the future you're going to look back and be like, damn, I remember this time I didn't like myself, in hopes that in the future you grow. So everything that we do, right? Everything that we do, you got to give it a positive outcome. You got to give it a good outcome. You got to let it shape you in a way that drives you, that gets you going, that makes you want to wake up and take advantage of the fucking day, man. Sorry that I had to cuss, but it gets me going when I see people with great potential just wasting it on dumb stuff, just doing nothing, right? Nothing. And I've seen it happen so many times, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was gonna be one of those where it's like, oh, it shoulda, coulda been, you know? But nah, fuck that. We're here, we're taking action, and guess what? We have no other choice, baby. There's no other choice. This is why, and I'll be honest with you, this is why I'm doing YouTube. This is why I'm getting on the YouTube, because YouTube is the future. YouTube is where it's at, right? I was trying to grow on Instagram, but Instagram is not for the people that I'm trying to reach out to. And the people that I'm trying to reach out to is people that want to grow. People that want to grow, that appreciate in-depth videos, that appreciate long-form content, where they can actually feel like someone understands them. Because I know there's someone out there that understands exactly everything that I just said right now. And if you don't, then hey, wake up, baby, right? Wake up, because shit, life is not getting easier. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. So you have to like really come to the realization that like, hey, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. And if I don't get my act together right now, I may not even have time to get it together, because that's how fast life is moving, right? This is exactly also why I quit drinking about 4 years ago. This July will be 4 years since I touched the drink. That's incredible. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. People go, damn, how can you do that? How were you able to just give up the drink? And I would say, how can you not give up the drink? You know what I'm saying? The drink holds so many people behind, so many people back. And a lot of you are not even aware of it. A lot of you don't even know the damage that you're doing to your body, right? Especially as you age, you don't recover the same anymore. You really don't recover the same. You don't recover the same. And you have to be aware of that. And I see it. I see it in my clients. They're aging really bad. Some of them, you know, even people that I know are still drinking since we were youngsters. They're just deteriorating. But the whole point of me even making this video is just to kind of think out loud, right? This is some of the things that I think about when I'm just out here moving things around at the shop. I'm just thinking and contemplating and just plotting on what can I do next? What more can I do, right? How can I improve? Look, just by doing this right there, this looks so badass. It looks so like, damn, this is gangster. This is like some stoic vibes, right? Watch, I'm gonna bring y'all over here. Okay, stop playing, boy. Boy, you better stop playing. Boy, you better stop playing with me. This is gonna be the new setup for the videos. Let's see. Okay, my bad. Boy, you better stop. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. That's basically all I wanted to share today with y'all, right? As you guys kind of came along with me and helped me rearrange and make it feel a little bit more minimal. Just wanted to share my thoughts with y'all, man. Hopefully some of the stuff that I shared with y'all could, you know, maybe take some action on it. And if I'm gonna leave you with one piece of advice in today's video, would be have a sense of urgency. Like seriously, have a sense of urgency with whatever it is that you're doing. Because look, life is very fragile. We don't know what might happen. And you know, you don't want to be on your deathbed thinking about what you could have done. Do it now, do it today. Take that risk. Seriously, do it. All right, I'll leave y'all with that peace of mind, and thank y'all for watching me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ski! Let's go, baby. Just wanted to throw this one on here real quick little update. This is how the shop looks now. At least that area, we cleaned it up, made it look very minimal, very peaceful, Let me give you guys a little tour real quick. Stop playing with me, boy. This is where you come and do the master thinking. This is where you sit down right here and do the mastermind. Okay, my boy? Stop playing with me, boy. Let's go, baby. This week is gonna be filled with nothing but positive, positivo, vibras, vibes. You feel me? All right. So I'll catch you on the next video. I just wanted to throw this one out here real quick, the before and after. Yes, sir. Let's go.